kindergartners, it's Miss Font. I'm here to do some math with you this week. This week we are going to practice one of our algebra standards, algebra number 4, which is for any number that we start with, we can count and find how many more to make 10, the hidden partner that makes 10. We're going to make a new material this week to help us practice that skill. We're going to basically make our own set of dominoes. Very similar to how you made flashcards before. One way you could make these is to take a piece of paper and to cut some strips of paper. And make rectangular pieces of paper like this. Eventually you will need 12 of these. So go ahead, get a piece of paper, some scissors, or if you happen to have some other material that are blank that you can draw on, those would work too. And we're going to end up with 12 blank pieces of paper. So go ahead and do that. All right, now that you have 12 blank pieces of paper, now we're going to make dominoes. We're going to make dominoes from 0 all the way to 10. So for example, this is my number 1 domino. I drew a line in the middle just like the dominoes that we use in class, and I drew 1 dot because 1 and 0 is the same as 1. So this domino altogether has 1 domino on it. On the back, I wrote the numeral. That's going to be important for some of our activities this week. All right. We're going to make them all the way up to 10. So here's my number 2. I drew 1 and 1 is the same as 2, and I wrote the numeral 2. Okay? Right now I'm going to show you all of the dominoes, and you can go ahead and make all of those dominoes. So here are all of the dominoes that we're going to need to have in order to play the games this week. You might notice that there are 2 that have a total of 5, a whole of 5, and that's on purpose. Make sure you have both of those. Also, don't forget to write the numeral on the back. All right, now that we have our materials for this week, one thing you could do today is that now that you have all of your materials, you could put them all into one pile. And one thing you can do to practice is just to make each of these dominoes in a different way. For example, if I pulled this one, I see 4 on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 on this side. And I could represent that in a different way. For example, I could write a number bond that shows 1 and 4 as parts. And let's see, 1 and 4 is the same as 5. So I know that 5 is the whole. So I could represent this domino a different way with a number bond. 4 and 1 is the same as 5. Or I could pull a different one and write an equation. I see 3 on this side and 3 on this side. So I'm going to write an equation to match. 3 and 3 is the same as, let's see, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 3 and 3 is the same as 6. So I would write 3 and 3 is the same as 6. And this would be another way to represent this domino. We've also talked about number lines. So if I drew this one, for example, I see 3 on this side and 5 on this side. I could draw a number line. Remember, it's important that all of my little lines are a similar distance apart. I'm going to write all my numerals like that. This one has 3 dots, so I'm going to start at 3. And I'm going to jump 5 times because there were 5 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I started at 3. I jumped 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 and 5 more jumps is the same as 8. That would be another way to represent. So today, if you would like, your challenge is to pick each domino one at a time and draw it in a different way. A number bond, an equation, a number line, or a different picture. Thanks, mathematicians. See you tomorrow.